Hello and welcome. I'm Derek Snyder, a Director of Product Marketing here at Google. Today, we'll take a closer look at Gemini Enterprise, a new agentic platform we built to offer AI that works for you. I'm so excited to walk you through what makes Gemini Enterprise a game changer for you and your organization. Here's a quick view of what we'll cover today. First, we'll start with stating a problem that a lot of companies have. All of my data is fragmented and siloed. Second, we'll introduce Gemini Enterprise and talk about how it can solve that problem for you. Third, we'll take a closer look at the core components of Gemini Enterprise. Fourth, we'll give you a quick demo of how it all works. And 5, we'll bring it all home with a quick look at governance and security, along with some closing thoughts. Let's start by stating a problem, a challenge that nearly every business faces. All of my business information, it's so critical, but it's all over the place and it's hard to find. It's a persistent problem that basically turns a lot of us into digital archaeologists, sometimes digging through a bunch of systems just to find a single piece of data, let alone an insight. This constant searching makes things inefficient. It slows everything down and it keeps you from seeing the bigger picture. Now, AI can certainly help, but the truth is the first wave of AI assistants only gave us a glimpse of that future. They were great for speeding up small, isolated tasks like drafting an email or summarizing a document. That's why we talked about time saving so much in those days. But many of them, and still are, siloed within the 4 walls of a single app, and they have limited access to the data that matters most. Now that leads to organization needing a different kind of tool for different tasks. We've seen an explosion of all these task-specific AIs as an example. And some companies offer AI models and toolkits, but they're handing you the pieces, not the platform. They leave your teams to stitch it all together. But the truth is, you can't piece together business transformation. Now, the real challenge, and the one that truly can move the needle for a business, is automating these complete end-to-end workflows. And that calls for a system of intelligence that can coordinate and do the work across your departments and the many applications those departments use. That's why we created Gemini Enterprise. Because you don't need just another AI assistant or a niche app. You need a comprehensive platform and one that's agentic, so it can take action on your behalf. Now, the best way to think of this is an operating system for AI in your organization, where you can connect and organize and do work across all of these different siloed systems. Gemini Enterprise is the new front door of AI for your organization. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how does this really work? Gemini Enterprise is built on 6 core components. First is the brains, the world-class intelligence from Google's AI models. Second, the workbench, where people can build custom AI agents to help them and their teams. Third is the task force, a collection of pre-built agents that are ready to go. Fourth, so important, the context, connects all the data to these agents. Fifth, governance, providing you the enterprise-grade security that you need to be able to scale. And finally, all of this is built on a principle of openness with a partner ecosystem of over 100,000. This ensures customer choice and fosters innovation. Now let's start with the engine that powers everything, the brains. The world-class intelligence of Gemini models is at the very core of Gemini Enterprise, giving you direct access to Google's most capable multimodal models. Now, this isn't just any old AI. It's the culmination of years of advanced research from Google DeepMind, continuously updated and integrated to make products like Gemini Enterprise as helpful as possible. Moving on to the workbench. Now, for non-technical folks, we have the Agent Designer, an intuitive no-code tool that lets you take your unique expertise around a specific business process and then transform that into a scalable automated workflow or custom AI helper. This means that anyone from your marketing team to your finance team can become a builder. They can solve a problem, remove bottlenecks for your teams, reduce repetitive tasks. By using Agent Designer, people can effectively package their knowledge into shareable AI agents, turning that individual know-how into collective assets for the organization. And for the professional developers out there, the Agent Development Kit, or ADK for short, is an open source framework that lets you build more sophisticated custom agents. ADK provides ready-to-use tools, making it easier to turn complex developer expertise into reliable agents. And to make these agents truly useful, they are grounded using connectors, which securely link them to your critical business systems, like CRMs and databases, and the applications your employees are already using, Google Drive, Workday, ServiceNow, and others. Moving along onto the task force. This is a suite of ready-to-use agents that give your teams access through the intuitive Gemini chat. They can just chat with their agents. Now, this is a central hub for interacting with a team of AI specialists who are available on demand to help with a variety of complex tasks. Now, this includes pre-built specialists from Google, like the Deep Research Agent, which slashes research time from weeks to hours. The Data Insights Agent, which turns complex data into clear actions and visualizations. And Notebook LM, an amazing tool for creating an interactive knowledge base for your own documents, allowing you to ask questions of your data. And for those technical folks, we have Gemini Code Assist, which is a specialized AI agent designed to accelerate the entire software development cycle, from coding to testing to debugging, by serving as an intelligent partner. It goes beyond just simple autocomplete, tab, 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 offering powerful assistance for code completion, generation, bug fixes, all augmented by natural language that allows you to ask questions and receive guidance right on the spot. This agent can integrate with tools you already use, meaning you right where you work. Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ, the terminal, command line interface, CLI, or other cloud products like Firebase and BigQuery. By having it within your workflow, Gemini Code Assist can help you reduce the friction of context switching and complete common tasks faster. It's like having an expert programmer available 24/7, freeing up time to focus on other things beyond those routine coding tasks. You can find all of your company-approved agents in the internal agent gallery. This library of trusted agents comes preloaded and ready to go with agents from Google, like the Deep Research or Gemini Code Assisted agent we just talked about. But more importantly, the gallery is where you'll find your team's innovation. When someone on your team builds a custom AI helper, the agent designer, or a more sophisticated agent with ADK, they can publish all of those to the gallery, where other people can find and benefit from them. So when you're looking for something you can't find in the agent gallery, you can discover other specialized agents from our certified partners in the AI Agent Finder. It's an entire ecosystem where every third-party agent is vetted through Google's partner program to ensure complete security and interoperability. These agents can then be brought right into your company's own agent gallery to make them available to everyone. Next up is the context. An agent is only as good as the information it has. Gemini Enterprise connects directly to your company's data, wherever it lives, of course, from Google Workspace, but also Microsoft 365, SharePoint, business applications like SAP, ServiceNow, Salesforce, Oracle, Workday, chat and software tools like Jira, Confluence, and others, including databases like BigQuery. It also includes a built-in personalization framework that remembers your personal context at work, what sources of information you like to use, what tools you're already using, and who you work with, who works for who, the organizational hierarchy, to ensure that we always give the best answers. Now, organizations that use Microsoft 365 can connect Gemini Enterprise across the apps they already use, like Outlook and SharePoint, and giving them, as a result, secure data access for all of your AI agents. This allows your team to ground those agents in the data and tools you already have, so you can automate workflows and accelerate outcomes much faster. Now, Gemini Enterprise is even more magical when it's used with Google Workspace, as the cloud-native, integrated workspace apps become the layer where agents participate in the work, co-authoring content in docs, tracking action items directly from Gmail and Meet, and more. Plus, in Workspace, every employee gets deeply personalized AI features woven into their critical collaboration apps they use every day. Now, you can use Gemini's powerful multimodal capabilities to reference content you have in Drive to provide more relevant and personalized help, like writing suggestions that actually sound like you. You also have the ability to convert one type of content into another. For instance, you can take slides and turn them into an AI-generated video with vids. You also get live translation for your voice in meetings, and it captures your tone of voice, your expression, across all the languages in Meet. Gemini Enterprise and Google Workspace are a very powerful combination where your people and agents can collaborate smoothly to create workflows and produce high-impact, high-quality work. Our AI strategy is built on a foundational belief. The future of AI requires an open, collaborative partner ecosystem to ensure customer choice. That's why we recently announced the Agent-to-Agent Protocol, A2A for short, an open industry-backed standard to ensure that AI agents can communicate and work together. Now, the main purpose of this is to enable agents that collaborate smoothly regardless of the underlying model they use or where they were built. But for agents to be truly autonomous, they must also be able to transact. To provide a secure and auditable way for agents to complete payments, we announced a new open protocol, the Agent Payments Protocol, AP2. This is a first-of-its-kind effort developed with over 100 payment and technology partners like American Express and Coinbase, Intuit, MasterCard, PayPal, ServiceNow, Salesforce, and others to establish how agents securely enable financial transactions. We covered 5 of the 6 core components of Gemini Enterprise. So let's now take a quick pause and look at how all of this can work in practice. For the next few minutes, I'll show you how Gemini Enterprise makes your teams faster and more productive by providing a single entry point to all of your AI systems and tools. Here I am in Gemini Enterprise, where I can chat with my company's data across internal and external sources. I can search for relevant information, and I can leverage agents to automate workflows and unlock new capabilities for my team and me. Now, the beauty of Gemini Enterprise is that it offers the familiar interface of the Gemini chat app, but built for enterprise workflows, including the full control to enable or disable any of these sources as needed. In the agent gallery, I can see a variety of agents. Agents made by Google, agents made by my company and my partners, and agents that I built myself. Let's say that I work for a party supplier and I'm in charge of building many campaigns. To streamline my workflows, I built a campaigns agent. Before I show you this agent in action, let's take a quick peek at what's going on under the hood. Now, this is the Agent Designer tool available in preview. It lets me build or edit any agent with natural language or visually. What you are looking at is the visual blueprint for my campaigns agent. You can see that the campaigns agent is orchestrating 4 other agents. First, there's a market research agent, which identifies trends and performs competitive analysis. Second, there's a Gen Media agent, which generates copy, images, and video with company brand guidelines in mind. Third, there's a comms agent, which drafts and distributes team communications. And finally, an inventory agent, which checks and adjusts the stock of product. Let's have a closer look at the inventory agent for Gemini Enterprise. This agent was created with Gemini CLI, an open-sourced agentic terminal to build our agent using natural language. I've asked it to build me an inventory agent based off of a design doc that my team has built. Gemini CLI is able to read this document using an MCP server. At their core, MCP servers are one of the many ways you can expand Gemini CLI's capabilities to connect it to all of your data, no matter where it comes from. All right, after getting our design document ready, Gemini CLI was able to analyze it and instantly come up with a plan for implementation. So let's implement this. Immediately, Gemini CLI is trying to utilize a tool that I have on my machine, the Agent Development Kit, ADK CLI. Gemini CLI is showing how it can utilize anything and everything on my machine to solve requests of any complexity, even scaffolding a starter project. All right, let's accept this. Next, it's time to implement, and just like a developer might dig through a new code base and write code, Gemini CLI is able and going to do the same. All right, here's our first file change. Notice how everything is rich and colorized? We've designed Gemini CLI to feel super familiar to the tools you use every day. Let's let it go and hit accept all. As you may have noticed, Gemini CLI has been asking for permission every step of the way. We like to ensure the user is in complete control, especially when using a tool as powerful as Gemini CLI. I could have said no, or could have course-corrected the agent at any point. We built a plan from our design document, written an agent from scratch, and now it's time to deploy. Instantly, Gemini CLI is again able to utilize our ADK CLI to do this development and deployment, and even string together the necessary syntax to get the job done. It's amazing having an LLM that knows everything that's at your fingertips. This command will take a bit to run, but this is how you can build and deploy an inventory agent like the one you saw. Now, let's see the campaign's agent in action. We're gearing up for our biggest holiday campaign of the year, Halloween. I can see my campaign agent is already suggesting prompts. Let's plan this year's Halloween campaign. The agent knows the first step here is to do market research. This task normally takes multiple teams and many hours, even days. Deep research for this takes about 3 to 4 minutes. So by calling the Deep Research API, my agent can do the work in the time that it takes me to run for a cup of coffee. To get these tasks done, Gemini Enterprise leverages a variety of real-time sources, including Google Search, as well as internal and external docs. It can also connect broadly to all kinds of essential enterprise services, including Microsoft 365, Jira, and ServiceNow, and more. We ran the same prompt right before the show, so let's switch over so we don't have to wait. I get a summary of key insights and recommendations with links to the full reports. Now, these insights are exactly what I was looking for. I can see some interesting trends around pop culture and the rise of DIY. It looks like space and sci-fi themes are going to be a big hit this year. Now, that's perfect because our Galactic Ranger line fits that theme. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Based on that trend, the agent has flagged a critical inventory gap for the Galactic Ranger line. It looks like demand's going to be about 25% more than our current stock. And at the end, it's asking me, do you want me to create purchase orders for Galactic Ranger in ServiceNow? Well, yes, I would. Now, my campaign agent is analyzing and planning the specific adjustments in our inventory systems and presenting them for my approval. These interactions save hours of manual work, but none of that matters if we can't trust the security. That's why Gemini Enterprise is designed to keep me and my company in complete control. It enforces granular access permissions, ensuring my agent can only use data that I'm authorized to see and can only take actions that I'm authorized to do. It also includes security protections for the model itself with Model Armor. So when my agent updates external systems, I can rest assured the data is protected. Now this looks good, so I'll sign off. Behind the scenes, the orders are being made to make sure we'll have plenty of Galactic Rangers this Halloween. Inventory is all set. Now my agent knows that I should inform my store managers about their incoming orders. So it's asking, would you like me to place additional inventory orders? Or should we move on to emailing the store managers about these orders? Our comms agent is drafting the email for me, and it's ready to send to our managers. Now this looks great. It included the space trend, incoming inventory, the reminder about the kickoff call. I'll click send. With the email sent, the next step is to promote the new inventory. Let's create some social media assets. On the back end, the media agent knows which catalog photos to use and how to follow our brand guidelines closely. The agent leverages Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, or Nano Banana, as you might know it, to edit our stock photos with some characters, as well as preserving the specific product details. I think the group dancing image is cool, so let's make this a little bit more engaging. VO3 is doing its magic. It takes about a minute to generate a video, so let's switch to a video we already created right before the show. Look at this, it even added some good music. This is great. Now I need to pivot to preparing for that kickoff call. I've been working on a deck, but I want to make it more dynamic and generate some excitement. So let me switch to a prototype in Vids with some upcoming features. Vids can easily turn my presentation into a concise, engaging video. Here, I see all of my most recent slides, and I'll click on the one I want to convert. Then, I select the slides that I want to include in my video. Gemini provides editable scripts for each scene, selects preset AI avatars and voiceovers, as well as animations. Now I'm ready to bring it all together. And just like that, I have an engaging video. It even added background music. But let's see if I can make this even better. We're going to add a scene, and then use VO and Vids to generate a video for the scenes. Let's select some images. I've got a skeleton lawn ornament, I got a store interior, and I got our staff polo shirt. Let's connect everything with a prompt. It's long, so I'm going to paste it in. We're going to make the skeleton say something really fun. I've been in the stock room since November. VO and Vids has made a clip bringing it all together. Let's insert it into our deck. And let's see how everything came together.
I've been in the stock room since November, and I've got some ideas. Welcome to the 2025 season kickoff.
You can try converting your own slides into vids today at vids.new. So there we have it. We started by showing how Gemini Enterprise makes it simple for anyone on your team to build powerful agents, whether with an intuitive visual builder, natural language, or Gemini CLI. Then we put that power to work, orchestrating a full-scale marketing campaign in just minutes. We went from deep market research to managing inventory in ServiceNow to drafting team communications, and finally creating stunning, ready-to-use social media with the magic of VO. Gemini Enterprise is more than just a chat interface. It's an end-to-end AI system that unifies your data, your tools, and your teams, turning weeks of complex work into a single, streamlined conversation. Now, of course, for any company to adopt AI at scale, trust is non-negotiable. The centralized governance dashboard gives your IT and security leaders a single pane of glass to manage, secure, and audit your entire AI task force. You can set permissions, you can monitor usage, control data access, all from one place. Gemini Enterprise is built on our enterprise-grade security platform, so you can rest assured your people and company data is safeguarded by top-notch security. And with model armors built-in guardrails, you'll get proactive screens for malicious inputs and unsafe interactions to keep your organization safe from harmful inputs and attacks. We also offer an optional security solution called AI Protection Add-on that combines specialized controls to enforce policies with advanced detection to identify and stop AI and agentic threats. But let me be very clear on this final point. Your data is never used to train our models. Your data is your data, period. Gemini Enterprise represents a fundamental shift in how work gets done. If you want to empower your people and turn over a decade of Google innovation and AI into a competitive advantage for your organization, we encourage you to contact our sales team using the QR code on the screen. Or you can visit our website at cloud.google.com. Let's start a conversation together about how we can build your AI-powered future. Thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day.